Okay, so today we're going to do a postpartum stretch routine. Remember, postpartum is not a few weeks or a few months post-baby. It is even up to 3 years after a baby. So if you just had a baby like myself, you'll see I have a setup over here with his play mats and some toys and visualization exercises. And then on that side I have a mirror. He's 3 months old today. So yeah, you can see quite well, and leaving him on his mat keeps him busy and hopefully gives me some time for a workout or a stretch. So for this stretch today, I have a band like this. If you don't have a band, you can use a towel, a hand towel, and then I also have some water, and then I'm also going to use a chair. This stretch will focus on shoulders, biceps, forearms, and then also our hamstrings. The reason why I'm going to place a big focus on the upper body is for those carpal tunnel symptoms. That's if you're carrying a baby around quite a bit, and also if you're feeding your baby, whether you're breastfeeding or bottle feeding, you'll quite often find yourself in this position. And then also hamstrings and glutes is just always good to keep them stretched. Okay, so let's start. So we're going to start with just stretching over the deltoid. Each stretch we're going to keep for 60 seconds. I am not going to talk throughout the session because if you're going to do this session more than once, my voice will get annoying, and as will my stories. So if I keep quiet and stare into the abyss or look at my baby, you know why. One thing I'll also note on throughout the stretch routine, I want you to focus on your breathing. I want you to inhale and exhale through your nose. We're going to switch sides. So yeah, make sure that your breathing is continuously done through your nose, except if you have a blocked nose or whatever. But just as far as possible, try and do your breathing throughout your nose. What would be beneficial if you combine the stretch with a stress release. Yeah, we know we need that, don't we? So okay, you're going to take your hand and you're going to stretch down like this. You should feel it in your forearm all the way up into your bicep. Okay, so as your hand was this way now, I want you to swivel it around and point it down and push it down, like so. If your hand, if the tiles or the floor hurts your hand, you can do it on your mat. It's not a problem for me, but everyone experiences discomfort differently, or experience discomfort where other people maybe don't. Just keep this stretch. I'm just going to help him here. gonna go other arm. Bless you, Zavi. So if you are training or trying to exercise with your baby and you're doing it unsuccessfully, I have a few tips that it's a little bit been trial and error. I did 4 weeks of rehab post baby and turn around and press forward. Sorry if this is going to sound monotonous if you're doing this stretch more than once, but planning is the best way. So basically, I catch my baby in windows if possible. So I'll, like, obviously when he wakes up from sleep, I'll make sure he's fed. I'll make sure his diaper is clean. And usually then is it like a good time for me to put him down on his mat and get some exercise or housework or like whatever done. So at that stage is where I would usually get a workout done, and it would always be like this. I also have a rocking chair that swings that I used when he was a little bit younger, but now I'm finding he gets a little bit bored in it at times. Ooh. And yeah, so this play mat has been a lifesaver. So I've got things that he can hit. Sorry if that's going to annoy you. You're going to now get out of the stretch, take the neck and pull the opposite. So like literally pull away your arm and see how my fingers are flexed or like activated, and just pulling, and you'll feel the stretch down your neck into your trap area. So yeah, making sure that like he is, after this, at the end of the session, I'll let him do some tummy time. Of course, always keeping my eye on him when he does tummy time. But right now, he's like keeping himself busy, he's enjoying himself, and he's also developing his sight at the same time. So it's like a win-win-win. And he's entertained, he's loving it. He doesn't need me at all. And switch. So I don't know if you can see my dog's butt in the screen. I'm sorry if you can. Okay, so now you're going to clasp your fingers together like this, and you're going to push down. Okay, now you're going to clasp your fingers like this and pull back as strongly as you can. And the same at the back. And so you're going to go like this and swivel up and around. Okay, I want you to keep it there. I'm just going to swivel him around a little bit. Stay in the stretch. There we go. So if something happens, if you're busy doing your workout, hands on the knees. Sorry, I'm going to continue now and roll the shoulders back. Remember to inhale and exhale through your nose. So if something happens throughout your workout and you have to pause it, or you just have to like jump up, baby screaming, get the baby in a different position, whatever the case may be. Like I used to be, if something had disrupted my workout, I would just stop because it would annoy me so much. But now I've really had to learn to, and opposite direction, drop that sense of, let's call it perfectionism when it comes to my workouts. And I have a plan of what I have to work out for the day. And if I start a workout, I finish it. Whether it takes me an hour with all the interruptions instead of 30 minutes, I don't do longer than 30-minute workouts, or whether it takes me like a span of 3 hours to just get the 30 minutes done, I do it. So you're going to put your feet together or as close as possible to your hoo-ha as possible, and you're going to press your knees down. Stay in the stretch. I just want to straighten my yoga mat. I am quite OCD when it comes to my yoga mat. I don't know why, but if my fitness equipment is skew on the ground, I just can't deal with it. So don't ask me why. Keep the stretch. Okay, now you're going to keep your feet together. You're going to move your butt a little bit backwards. More actively try and get the knees down and lean forward. So you'll feel the location of where the stretch is happening is just changing up a little bit. Keep the stretch. Okay, he's like super fixated on something there now. I'll let him be. Okay. One leg straight, other leg in, and we're going to stretch over to the side. So you could go over it like this, but the main focus I want to you to have now is on your hamstring So as soon as you reach over, you'll feel it on the side of your body as well. We'll get to that. And reach over. If you can't touch your toe, you can take your band at this point and pull yourself closer. And we're going to switch sides. Once again, now main focus being the hamstring, and we'll reach over sideways soon. And reach over. Bless you, Zavi. And relax. Well done. Okay, so now I want you to lie flat on your back. You're gonna cross over your leg and you're gonna pull it. You're gonna thread the needle and hands on the shins, and you're gonna pick up. You can either lift up your chest like so, or you can relax to the ground, whatever makes you feel more comfortable. And switch sides, cross over the leg, thread the needle and pull. Okay, now at this point you can take your resistance band. Your one leg is bent on the ground and the other one you're going to kick up. If you don't need the band, that's completely fine. But if you can't straighten and you need that, like, also remember what I said, you can use a face towel or a hand towel if you need to. But yeah, this is basically you want to pull your leg as straight as you can. You can have a slight bend in it, just not that much. One leg up and switch. Okay, you can gently drop the band. You're going to sit up. Then I want you to put your feet together, your knees as wide as they can. Your butt goes towards your feet, and you're going to lean forward into a wild child's pose. You can also go all the way forward. For me, this is still enough. This is basically where I was throughout my pregnancy. And yeah, it's the limit for now. Whilst you do that, stay in the stretch. I'm just going to put him on his tummy here. Come, you need to do some tummy time, my friend. There we go. I know you don't like it, but you have to do it. There we go. I know. It's terrible, isn't it? So I'm back into the wild child's pose. Okay, you're going to stand up for me. Now you have your chair. You see the back of it. You're going to put your foot on the chair, swivel to the inside, and you're going to lean forward, and you'll just feel that nice stretch into your inner thigh muscles, and also, which is a part of your hamstrings. See, so while I get my stretches done or my exercise done, I make sure that he's stimulated as well. And then you get to do it all. If they are entertained, it's all good. And he's even practicing his back muscles and his neck muscles now a little bit. And I'm obviously keeping an eye on him. Okay, so you're going to stand up, swivel around, and you're going to go forward into a hamstring stretch. Stay in the stretch. I'm just going to turn him around again. Kom hier, baie mooi. Jy het so goed gedoen. Ja, jy het so goed gedoen, mooi. Okay, now you're gonna go back, swivel in, and go down. Stay in the stretch. I'm just gonna attend to this one a little bit. He's not happy with me now. So I was so happy, and then you completely rocked my boat. So of course now he is safe. He's on his back, but I can still see him in the reflection of the window. So it's like I don't really have to keep such a keen eye on him, but I still can. And now you're going to swivel around, and I have to jump forward a little bit. Ooh, I can feel this hamstring is a little bit stiff. And now you're going to turn around, hold on to the chair if you need to, jump forward, actively press your hips forward, and you'll feel this stretch into your quad, but also into your hip flexor. We have the stretch on the other side left to go, and then 1 minute of press stretch, and then we're done for the day. And switch sides. You can see my little guy is slowly but surely also getting over it. Keep the stretch. Hello. And from here, I want you to stand about 1 meter away from the chair, hands on the chair, feet shoulder width apart, and actively push your chest down towards your, I actually want to say knees, but towards the floor. And this stretch, keep the stretch, you should feel mostly like in your shoulders and your hamstring. You can also drop your chin towards your chest, and yeah, just feel the stretch deepen. 30 seconds. Keep the stretch until I say so. I just have to. Oh, he's smiling. Thought he was starting to cry. Almost there. Almost there. And relax. Okay, so that's that for today. You can do the stretch every day if you have the time, but I would say at least try and get into doing it about twice. Just give me a second. Okay, so I would say at least try and do it about twice a week. Even if you're not breastfeeding anymore, but you're carrying around your baby, your muscles do tend to constantly be in this position under tension, which obviously can lead to carpal tunnel. So there we go. Have a good one. Ciao.